Thank you
Happening,
for
man.
inviting me to Political Playbook. I am Ladarian
Absolutely.
LB Brown, STL Gentleman on Instagram. I just want to say first and foremost, this is my opinion. If you get offended by my opinion on what we about to talk about, I encourage you to go look in the mirror and blame that person for offending you.
That's
Cause
correct.
as long as this country has freedom of speech and I'm not harming you in any way, threatening you with my words, this is my opinion. The biggest thing I just want to let y'all know is do your research. Y'all get mad and the only thing y'all paying attention to is two individuals that really can't do nothing for you because they don't make laws. They don't pass laws. They only got the right to veto laws, but then do they really they have that power, but how often do you see them use it? So y'all worried about Trump, Kamala. What about your governors? What about your secretaries of state, your treasurer? That's who holds your money. What about these
Well, I
amendments?
believe that's somewhat important to a degree of they control a lot of influence to the citizens that
I'll give you
you
that.
know what I'm
Yep.
saying. So whatever the ideology of the so-called leader of the country trickles down to the citizens, and in a way to say that people can't think for themselves. So
Yep.
they're only going to take the idea that's available for them to grab. You know what I'm saying? So that is one major thing that concerns me when it comes to who you choose for the president. I understand that they have the separations of power, so they can only do so much in any
Checks and
given
balance.
situation. But yeah, the checks and balances. Thank you. So they each either it you're talking about the Senate, you're talking about the House of Representatives, or you're talking about the actual judicial branch. They can all of them can only do so much.
Yep.
So it does take a collective unit, and that's what I think people get confused with when you have this divide between the different branches, and they think that the country ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's because
I
they
agree.
have to work through all of this rigmarole and actually figure out, because you at the end of the day, every policy that's put in place has something from every side.
Yes, it does. And that's the only way they're gonna pass. You gotta scratch my
Yes,
back to scratch your back. But what I want to
exactly.
really reiterate is that's why the news tell you, well, who won a popular vote? Because the popular vote
Yeah.
really don't matter. That's everybody, that's us voting. Unless you are part of that select group known as electoral college, they the one that actually vote. They supposed to listen to your vote, see how you voted, and vote accordingly because they represent that section. But do they? I can't answer for them because I don't have one of them votes. I just got my vote, and my vote, I like to look at my governor because that ain't by no electoral college. That's me. That's you. That's everybody that's collected. That's called Missouri home. Our vote count for that governor, that lieutenant governor, that Secretary of
Well,
State, your state positions, we actually control that. So
we
I
actually
agree with you
did
though.
go through that that exact situation. I believe if it wasn't the last election, it was the one where it was either the Trump election or it was the second Bush election. But the popular vote of St. Louis went to the Democrat, and the Electoral College chose to go otherwise to, you know what I'm saying, vote for whatever political party that they went to. I don't know what happened to, I guess. I think he's still there. I don't know.
I'm
But
still here. I had to grab some.
oh shit, he naked. Never mind. Um
Now I
so
had to get
yeah,
some hookah. Well, it's a good subject. Gotta have a little bit of
I'm trying to
pick me
roll
up.
up now. That's why I'm stuttering, because
See,
I'm sitting
see.
here trying to roll up at the
Well,
same time,
well,
and I
well
got too
let,
much shit going on.
well
But
let me help you. Let me help
go
you.
ahead.
You are absolutely correct, and I just want people to understand. Red means Republican. Blue means Democrat. Understand? Missouri is a red state. Our
Hmm.
electoral college is red. which means if
Yeah,
you get your hopes up that your vote, and I hate to, I'm not discouraging you from voting. Again, this is my opinion. If you think your vote is about to sway that red to blue, it ain't happening. Because I don't know if you ever been outside your backyard, meaning outside of St. Louis City, outside of St. Louis County, and drove down 70 West. This red state have billboards bigger than Mizzou advertising. They got truck beds that is calling this Trump Nation. So
yeah.
don't
So
feel
let's
bad if Missouri still has Trump one on it. I just want you to get out there and vote. I want you to be heard so that way on Wednesday when you mad, you get to complain. Why? Because you went out, you stood in whatever line you gonna stand in so your voice could be heard. And even if they don't listen, we gonna listen on Wednesday when you complaining about the price of chicken, price of gas. But again, don't let nobody take your voice because that's what they want to do. Because if you don't get out and vote, you ain't heard. So you don't get to complain if you don't vote. That's my opinion, and I'ma stand on it. You get mad at me because he said I can't complain because I ain't vote. Well, what right do you have to complain about something you ain't take part in? You didn't want to be heard on Tuesday, so why be heard on Wednesday? Be silent if you're gonna be silent. I'm voting, so I got an opinion. I
can a
like these
person
amendments.
be can a person have an opinion when I mean basically the one thing is not having viable options to choose from.
Again, and I love your analogy on what the president, what the checks and balances. Let's look at this like a business because I'm business mindset. Let's look at this as a company. My CEO is
Okay.
my president, which is why they call him president, and we got the other officers. You don't get to choose who you work for. Sometimes you just got to show up. You got to have that motivational speech in the car. I don't want to go in this place, but I'm going, and you get it, and you get the job done. That's what it means to live in America. Sometimes we don't like the person we put at the top to lead for 4 years. I just got to get through 4 years. Jesus, get me through this and I get a different one. But understand, we still got to put the work in to make ourselves better. Meaning that I'm not gonna stay a line employee forever. Let's go ahead and use Amazon because everybody understand Amazon structure. I'm not gonna pack boxes forever. I may pack boxes 6 months, a year, 2 years, but then I'm gonna get that lead role. Maybe it may not be a manager salary role, but I'm gonna be a leader. I'm gonna now tell people what to do. Now I done stepped up. Now I'm an alderman. Think of it like that, all the
Okay.
person.
Well, let's get into
So
some of the issues of what we got to discuss with our local elections. What are some of
uh,
the things that people need to be aware of before they walk into the polls?
Amendment 2. Now they gonna give you a snippet on the side of your ballot that explains what these are, and that's good to read it. If you don't gamble, and this is a good point on what if it don't pertain to you. I don't sport bet, but I know people that do sport bet. I smoke hookah. Doc over there rolling up. If they ask me, should weed be legalized in Missouri? I don't smoke it, but I know my buddies do. I should be a good friend and vote yes. So my buddies ain't scared to smoke in public or wherever they want to smoke at. That way we all have a good time. That's how we should look at Amendment 2, Sports Betting Amendment. I'm not
Okay,
going to,
what's
for the sake of time, do you want me to open them up? Because I can go into them, or do we want to just talk about them high level?
well, I mean, if it's about legalizing gambling, so what are the pros and cons of legalizing gambling into the state of Missouri
All right,
or
so if you
sports
want to,
gambling? We're talking about
sports
sports
betting,
gambling.
sports betting, basically, they want to regulate. If you say yes, that you agree to that people can get a permit, businesses can get a permit to allow wagering that is going to be regulated by our gaming commission, the same people that do the lottery, for individuals physically located in the state and over 21, because you know they got to be over 21. They're going to just put a 10% tax on revenues received, and it's going to go to educational institutes in Missouri. So we're going to allow you
So
to
are
bet.
they saying that they're legalizing sports gambling, but we're voting on what the proceeds of the taxes are going to? What are we
Nope.
voting on?
We voting if we want to allow sports betting, period, in the state of Missouri, all the way around. Meaning
So
that,
if
go
it's
ahead.
an if it's approved, these are stipulations of what come with it.
If it's approved, If you win or whatever you do, the proceeds that if I go pay $10 to bet on my team, Kansas City Chiefs, 10% of that is gonna go to educational institutes in Missouri. What
So that's one of the
institution?
pros
That's the
from
pro. Now, if
allowing
you
it.
say
Okay.
no, then we're gonna keep it where it's at, and they gonna just regulate it the way it's been regulated. And if you know, you got most people been going over to Illinois to bet, or they
Yeah.
had a little phone on they had an app on their phone, what Sports
DraftKings
Duo,
and
DraftKings,
yeah.
yeah, Fan Duo, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, but Missouri is like, hey, we can make some money here and give it to the schools. Now everybody get some Chromebooks. Again, I don't know which schools, but that's what they saying.
We already know how the Chromebook free in the school situation turned out for St. Louis County. We already know how that went. We don't want that fiasco no more. They was pawning them bitches left and right at Lee's uh down off of
How many
Grand.
you get? How many you
Like,
get?
hey, we're moving on. Okay, so Amendment 2 is to legalize gambling, sports gambling and proceeds. Do we have any other points that talking points
No,
that
no,
they
we
have
good
for
on
that?
that. We ain't nah.
Okay,
That's
so where do you stand? You're voting yes.
I'm gonna vote yes because I know I got buddies that sport bet. I know people that make
Okay,
they annual living off gambling. So I'm gonna help you out and make it legalized in Missouri. So now you can make you some extra money in Missouri, and
okay, yeah,
10% gonna go to some schools.
okay. I'm with you on that. I'm also gonna come yes with the sports gambling. I'm absolutely in support of that. Um,
All right.
not
Well, we
only
gonna
wanting to be involved, but shit, that's a business opportunity in my head.
hey, yeah, shit. Turn one of these corner stores into a
Be
gambling.
a bookie. You hear me? So, what's the next amendment 3? Is that
Oh, that's the
uh
controversial
the
one. This the one that
abortion?
somebody gonna fight. So let's see.
Okay.
It is they called it the Reproductive Health Care Amendment. And basically
Okay.
this one is just saying
Be right back.
abortions. All right, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, this is abortions contraceptive for governmental interference that they gonna make it invalid. Meaning it's gonna remove the ban on abortions and allow regular regulations on reproductive health care to improve or maintain health of the patient. This requires the government not to discriminate. No, and that means don't discriminate in your programs you offer to help with contraceptive, to help with abortions. Don't discriminate with funding or any activity, any of that. Don't do it. It also allows abortion to be restricted or banned after fetal viability, except to protect the life or health of the woman. So means remember when they said that they got a heartbeat, you can't have that abortion. Now they saying it allows abortion. They're gonna restrict it or ban it, but let's go and look at that restricted because that means some places are going to let you have that abortion after they say, hey, you know what, this is a viable fetus. You can have it. It ain't impeding your health or your welfare. We gonna make you carry the term. That's the band. Now the people that's restricted, well, we gonna charge you a little bit more money and we'll let you go and get that abortion. That's restricted. There gonna be some hoops and loops you gotta vote, but that's a yes. If you say no, we gonna just keep it status quo. Now everybody wanna know my opinion on it. I don't have a vagina. I can't have kids. I got the fun part. So I abstain. I am definitely gonna vote yes because it ain't my choice to tell you what you can and can't do with your body or what contraceptive measures you want to take or don't take. That's not me. I know what measures I take because I'm in a committed relationship. That's my contraceptive. But
So you said yes is to allow abortions
yes,
and no is
allow.
to
Yep.
continue to
So
ban.
understand, y'all. Allow for contraceptive and some abortions to the fetus is viable. That means the doctors say that you know what, hey, this is a viable fetus. I'm gonna ban that. Some places are gonna still ban it once they think the fetus is viable and you ain't in no health concern. So there's that certain week period. I'm not a woman. I ain't digging to the medical. After so many weeks, they consider a fetus viable. Before that, you're gonna be able to do it if you vote yes, and we get enough yeses in Missouri. Otherwise, they just gotta go out of town like they've been doing. But this is to kind of find a win-win lose. because somebody gonna lose, whether that's the government or you. Sometimes you win, sometimes you
Okay,
lose.
so in 2019, the Missouri government banned abortions in Missouri. So one thing that I was aware of was there were still abortions being done.
Yeah,
So in Missouri in 2020, what are we? 2024. Let's go 2023. All right.
so remember,
Data.
you can get abortions if your life was in danger and those other circumstances, like you was it was incestual conception. There were circumstances that allowed for it.
Hmm. Okay. Well, it says despite the ban in states, there were over a million abortions provided in 2023. So, is are we saying a million life saving situations here, or are we saying
You know
they're
how they
still
inflate
doing it
numbers.
against the band? Or
They gonna
okay,
inflate the numbers to read how they want to read. All I know is this is gonna be good for those. Let me give you a real world example. A high school student slips up, thinks she's in love, gets pregnant, chooses to abort. That's between her, her family, and whatever they believe in. That is not for the government to say this shouldn't happen, because now her life will forever be changed having this baby. Her school decisions, her whole life literally diverts unless the family decide, hey, we're gonna do one of these almost Christmas, or what's the one with Chris Brown where it turns out his who he thought was his sister is his mama. We didn't got many movies that do that. Unless you have one of those situations. But not every family is set up to be able to survive that. So come on now. And let's be honest, some
mm,
of our kids doing drugs. So if they out there selling themselves, come on now. Let's talk about it. This is
okay,
going
well,
to help people. Yeah, I call it the second chance. But I'm a guy. That ain't my place. I'm voting yes because I feel I have daughters. So when they get out of my house, anything can happen. God forbid it, because then I'm gonna be locked up. But I want them to have options.
okay. Well, where the candidates stand on abortion, Harris says, how dare the elected leaders believe that they are in a better position to tell a woman what they need? Trump says, after 50 years of failure with nobody coming even close, I was able to kill Roe versus Wade, much to shock of everyone. So I think that's kind of a
He's always
clout
been pro
boost for
life.
him.
He's always
So
been pro life, and it's a big community of pro life to include the Catholic community.
yeah, that's a big. I know that's a big standpoint. So a lot of votes will go just to Trump just because
I
of
mean,
one issue.
but again, he had a team. He brought in the Supreme Court. He had justices. He didn't do that. He taking credit for it because it happened under his administration. Let's just
Right.
be honest. That was Congress. That's your Congress, your state senators, your judges. That's who gonna help you repeal that. But we taking the fight to them at the state level. So yeah,
Okay.
and I wouldn't have praised that Roe versus Wade. That no.
Okay. Well, we're going to actually be a little split on that.
That's
You'll
fine.
say you're voting yes. I'll vote no for the standpoint of the people because I truly believe that a woman should have a choice. But one thing that kind of I wouldn't say aggravates me, but it's one thing that kind of sticks in my head is they always say that a woman has a choice, but y'all always want to throw this up when it's saved for one side or the other. It takes two to make that baby, right? If she decides to have that baby one way or the other, the man has to be responsible for it, supposedly. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
So
get you.
she can make a decision that a man ain't 100% with. So that's why I can't really jump on board with it because it takes two all the way down.
Absolutely.
So if
Absolutely.
both people are on to the abortion, okay. If one
Cool.
is split and one is not, then I kind of that's where I get hung up at because it takes two to make that decision every time.
And anybody that ever come across this and you got a child that wants to get into politics or you want to get into politics, understand how to write a law. Throw that clause in there. Like Doc said, and I agree with him 100%. Throw that clause in there. If a woman goes to have an abortion and she knows who the father of her child is, you can do a DNA test. He needs to sign off on it. If she says yes and he say no, well, guess what? That's that restriction. That's that.
That's
Mm,
the ooh.
boom, boom. Again, y'all, this is
Ooh.
my opinion. This is my
Ugh.
opinion.
I
You
know,
gotta.
but that's a tough
Mm.
conversation. You see what I'm
It's a
saying?
tough conversation, but again, we had this conversation off camera. I had
Yeah.
a dream of a woman giving me my child and bouncing.
I can't.
And I'm
Oh.
gonna tell, and I'm
Ooh.
gonna tell my
Please
baby,
me.
Holly Berry, your mama. I'm
We ain't
just
gonna talk
saying.
bad about them. All right.
And I
What's the
know
next
we gonna talk.
amendment on the ballot?
Oh, they want to do gambling. We going to number 5, and I love the number 5, but we want to talk about gambling on the boat. They want to do additional license to operate on the Osage River. So if you haven't heard, y'all love going to the Ozarks, Lake of the Ozarks. They want their own casino. Give it to them.
Oh, shit.
I say give
Okay.
it to them. But they say all state revenue derived from issuing of this gambling boat license shall go to early childhood literacy programs in public institutions of elementary education. Understand it ain't say middle, it said elementary. So this that kindergarten through I think like 5th grade, and then 6th is middle. So they saying
Well, they say
that,
teenagers are lost. They're already lost.
I mean, come on now, we know if we ain't caught you by then, we just praying at this point.
Right.
And I got a teenager. We just praying at this point. But if you say no, they not getting no boat licensure. They're not getting the license. And again, y'all understand that these licenses ain't cheap, and they ain't forever. You got to keep renewing your license. You got to keep doing what you got to do. So this is going to be continuous income for these elementary institutions. Again, I ain't saying which institution it's going to, but it's going to the elementary ones. And if you have a reader, inbox me, look us up. There are programs out there where you can get books delivered to your house for free. The library have programs. If you have a reader, encourage them to continue reading. Cause that's amazing. A child to sit there and read to me, I'll listen. I don't care how long you're gonna take to read this flip book. I'm interested. Because they are truly our future. So I'm again there. We go with another yes. I'm 3 yeses. I'm 3 yeses.
Yeah, you get me anything with the kids, man. I can't. You can't say no to the kids, man. That's like you. Yeah, I don't even mess with like Christmas, for example, as a holiday. I don't mess with Christmas, but when you tell me it's for kids sitting on Santa's lap or whatever, yeah, I gotta come
Like
take
toys for
pictures for
tots.
you. Like, all right,
I got we're gonna
whatever
pick
for
up
the
this
kids,
toy.
you
Yep.
got it.
Man,
Whatever.
they know how to get me. I'm
Now,
with you.
like I said, for the teenagers, the high schoolers, let's look at this. Let's
Go
consider
get a
what's going
job.
on.
Go get a
Right.
job. You ain't reading, go get a job.
All right. I
So
think Amendment 5 will pass. What we got next on the ballot?
we got Amendment 5. Now this about to be controversial for a lot of people, especially those of minority, because let's just be honest, law enforcement ain't got the best reputation. As
What
a
amendment
law
is this?
enforcement,
What number is
we
this?
on I want to say this is 8. Let me look. 6. I'm sorry, I skipped over.
6.
We at
Okay.
Amendment 6. Now, as a law enforcement officer, understand my job is not to stop crime. I can't do that. I'm not God. My job is to respond to emergencies, to crisis, and try to help. I'm not
Hmm.
supposed to add to the problem. That
Right.
is what a law enforcement officer job is. So if you know a
Mm.
bad cop, this amendment not for them. Talk to whoever you need to talk to get them off the force. But this is for the ones who truly said, I'm gonna take a pay cut because I want my community to be safe for these kids to play around. I want to make sure that they got a safe place to grow up in. This is what this amendment is saying. And for the Missouri, it's saying they're gonna levy costs and fees to support salary and benefits for current and former sheriffs, attorneys. both prosecuting and circuit attorneys, to ensure that everybody have access to court justice. So it's called law enforcement, but understand they're only talking about current and former sheriffs, prosecuting attorneys, circuit attorneys. So this is really the court system. Think about it. This is the court system. And if you didn't know what your sheriff do other than drive around in that paddy wagon and wear that brown outfit, they run
Mm.
your jail. Those are your wardens. Those are your not wardens, your the people that work in the jail. I call them all wardens, but the warden is the title. But the people that work in your jail that's supposed to protect your loved ones during riots and all that. These are those individuals. These are your attorneys that fight for you when you need a public defense attorney that really don't make as much as they would if they were a private attorney. This is what this is for. This is for resources that's supposed to say you got access to the same type of justice that those with money have. That's what this is going for. They just want to levy a tax.
So to even the playing field for
That's the intent.
okay. You're okay. So let's give a little bit of your background. You're in law enforcement in what
Mhm.
capacity?
I'm an officer, so this wouldn't actually help me at all. And I'm an officer for a different state, not in the state of Missouri, but we all have a certain bond. It's almost like a fraternity of law enforcement officers. Sheriffs are
Mm-hmm.
our brothers. We may talk about them just like military talk about each branches. We call them they sheriffs. We call them bumper bingo players. They just roll around parking lot playing bumper bingo, see if they get hit for a felony or whatever. But this is mainly I like this because if my defense attorney makes more money, then more people will be apted to actually go and be defense attorneys. They'll
Okay.
go
So
in and have more resources.
where are the most issues at? Do you see the issues with cases being overloaded to a lawyer and they can't handle the caseload? You see charges being trumped up that didn't necessarily need to be there? Do you see a lot of stagnant movement between the judicial process? Where are the main issues at that you see from your point of law enforcement?
This is a show all on its own. I'm gonna tell you, it starts from the beginning and throughout the whole process. So it starts the moment I get a call and I have to make the determination to arrest you or let you go with a warning. This is not for minors. Understand in my state, minors just they get handled differently. I'm talking about for that 18-year-old who already got a record, and I pick you up. I have to make the determination: are you a lost cause? Do I treat you like as if you didn't have a felony or anything? I'm gonna be honest. If you ain't got no warrant for arrest, I'm not treating you no different. If you got a warrant for arrest, you gotta go. You gotta go, and now you the sheriff's problem because you gotta go to jail. Me personally, we need to find reform in the purest meaning. Meaning we need rehabilitation, and you ain't getting that in jail when it is a for-profit industry. We need more halfway homes, and I want to change the name halfway in, halfway out. I don't like that term. I want a rehabilitation house like we do for celebrity drug addicts. They rehabilitate, and most of them get off unless something happens. Why we ain't got rehabilitation programs for our lesser offenses, even for our major offenses that have shown reform in the private institute? Now you ready to be reintroduced to society. We're not doing our job. So this, I'm hoping, prevents and lowers how many people actually go to jail. Because, like you said, the defense attorneys, you are a number. You are a number to them. You are case number X X X X X. And let's be honest, sometimes you done walked in there, and hey, such attorney, you got the wrong client. You need a different folder. And they be like, "Oh, my bad. It's so much. I got so much on my plate. I got confused on which client I was seeing this hour." So yeah, you pay them a little bit more money, we get more attorneys. More attorneys mean lower caseload.
That's where I was thinking. I don't think it's more
Yep.
money to the one attorney, but it's more
No,
money
no, no, no,
for
no, no, no.
more attorneys.
For more attorneys, yeah, definitely more
Okay.
attorneys, more sheriffs,
Okay.
and now we got more people in jail. Now your loved one ain't getting hurt now, and if we can get the right people in there that's gonna tell, hey, such and such letting these drugs slip in. I don't understand how we having overdoses in prison. You got more access to drugs in prison than you do on the street.
Okay,
We
that's kind of
gotta
where I was headed with you, and I didn't
yep,
know if I wanted to bring this point up,
go ahead.
but since you touched on it, I'm going to go ahead and dive down that road. Um, in prison, jail, prison, whatever the case may be. Let's look at the breakdown. Like they always
Hmm.
talk about, if your son is the one out here terrorizing, killing people, do you call the cops on your son? You see what I'm saying? But the person did the crime. That they did the crime. They've been convicted. We're not talking about somebody who maybe didn't do it and got caught up in evidence, but somebody who did the crime. They got convicted. They're in jail. Do they have the right to complain about the conditions of jail?
No, I'm sorry. You shouldn't complain anything. The fact that they get better health care and some of them get a gym membership and they can buy a TV. Now they ain't getting a bubble bag. They getting flat screens. That no, I'm sorry. Jail ain't what it's supposed to be. It ain't a
Mm,
threat. It ain't scary no more. You got somebody regularly putting money on your books. Jail is just, hey, I'm gonna go away for a couple months. I'm gonna call it like this. If you ever served in the military, jail is a civilian deployment. Let's be
mm,
honest, because it is a business. If you got somebody feeding you money, and you gonna go to commissary, they making money because guess what? That stuff you buying has a 100,000% markup on it, so they can continue make money off your dollar. So no, it is actually I think it's racketeering. So jail needs to be harsh, like it is in other countries. Most people tell you, I won't go to jail in other countries. It's jail.
mm.
It's cold.
Okay.
You hungry. You got to
As
do hard
devil
labor.
as devil advocate, I will like I have to say it wasn't Missouri, it was another state, but same racial shit you're dealing with.
Unless you're
Um
going down south.
I yeah, it wasn't down south. It was just to the left. But so I the officers spun it one way. The way the officers spun it, um it was kind of like they were manipulating the situation. You see what I'm saying? I'll put it to you this way, like you say, when you catch somebody, if they got a warrant for arrest or whatever, you treat them differently. This officer, when he locked me up, yeah, okay, I was driving, speeding, smoking weed. But you can take my weed, my paraphernalia, or he went further into it as he took the blunt packages into evidence, the ashtray, the cigarette butt, like you know what I'm saying? Like he's
Yeah,
taking every little piece,
I'm gonna take
you know what I'm saying,
everything.
trying to nail it down. I get to the
Hmm.
jailhouse. They're putting me in the back where it's cold and no, you know what I'm saying, no lock on the door. Anybody can walk in and out. They took forever to process. They literally put me in a cell, me, a Hispanic guy, and two racist white guys in one cell. And it was like they were trying to get the things inside it. You know what I'm saying? Flip to
So
the
let me clarify.
courtroom.
You weren't in jail. You was in lockup,
I
and
was
in
in lockup. Yeah.
lockup is that is a processing line. Meaning you gonna be in there, and you better hope you made it in time for that sandwich that ain't got mayonnaise, or do got mayonnaise, or is it mayonnaise? Cause
I ain't
so
eating shit.
that ain't
Fuck you.
jail. We ain't talking about that. That's processing.
Nah.
Because
Yeah,
and he took
processing.
all that, like you said, absolutely. He took all that to make his case. Because
Yeah.
let me explain how this works for people that don't
But
know.
wait, before you get there, because on the flip side, in the courtroom, the prosecutor was my best fucking friend.
Yeah, yep,
He
that's what
came
I'm saying.
over. He said, you know what? This I don't blah blah blah. I don't care about smoking weed. I'm tossing that out. You do this. You did blah blah blah.
Yep,
Take the speeding charge. Blah
yep,
blah blah.
yep,
Me and the prosecutor was
yep.
like family.
Yeah, you know what? Every time, depending on the state, your prosecutor and your police officer are not on the same team. I'm gonna be honest with
Mm,
y'all. 50% of the time, which is why a lot of officers won't write certain tickets because they know their prosecutor. They know what county you gonna
mm.
get charged in, and they know their prosecutor ain't dealing with that case at all. They gonna dismiss it if you pay your fees. If you pay your court costs and the fine
That's
that
all
comes
he
with it,
wanted.
you
That's all he
done.
wanted. He just
I
wanted the
got my two
thousand
hundred
bucks.
dollars. Your Honor, the state does not wish to charge. We don't wish to prosecute. You done. Have a good day, sir. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. This is
He
why I
just
tell
wanted my
people
money.
be respectful to the officer because if
Hmm.
they and now they wearing body cam, you be respectful to the officer because guess what really happens? And y'all don't know this because it happened behind the scenes. That prosecuting attorney has to read everything, has to watch everything. If you are respectful and they say, you know what, this is a citizen. This ain't no stereotype. 9 times out of 10, they just want
Hmm.
your money and
That
they
might be
done.
what got him on. Because while he was tearing
Yeah.
my car up, I literally didn't have nothing left. I was smoking my last. While he was tearing my car up, me and his buddy was over there damn near shooting dice together. Like it was, it was
Oh,
kumbaya
oh, I
moment.
ain't gonna lie to you. If my partner is doing the processing, so aside from everything else going on, how your day going? What you do? Oh shit, you do that for real? Hey, my toilet been making this weird noise. What should I do for it? You are a person.
You
That is the
police people.
officers you supposed to get. I'm not here to judge you. I don't know what your life has dealt you. You are a person. I'm gonna treat you the way I want to be treated. It also helps that I'm minority, that I always fit the idea. Oh, I fit the description. I've been that person. So I don't treat people the way I was
Mm,
treated. You are a person with a family, with kids, even if you ain't got no family or kids. In my mind, you are me. I don't care your skin tone, I don't care what you did, because I ain't your judge or your prosecutor. I am just a responding officer. So yeah, I'm a yes for this one.
yeah,
Also,
I'll
I
take
want to
it.
be a lawyer because guess what I'm gonna do? We did you pay your fine? No shit. All right, let me do time served and get you out because I got better stuff to do than messing around with this stupid weed charge. I'm sorry, crack. I got
Mm,
better stuff to do. You got some other going on. I don't need you in my jail going through withdrawals. Get out. You gonna do time
mm.
served because you ain't got no money. You blew it on the crack. Parent, you blew it on the drugs. I'm sorry. Now drinking and driving is where I draw my line. You can kill somebody. You gotta go.
Yeah, yeah, you
You
can't
gotta
do
go.
that.
You gotta go
Yeah,
serve your 6 months to a year because you could have killed somebody and let it have been a kid. And
honestly,
I let you go. I'm gonna be bad.
texting and driving is worse than drinking and driving, in my
Hey, y'all
opinion.
better be ready. January 1st. Oh, I'm gonna give y'all a tip, and they gonna be mad at me. You gonna say you wasn't texting and driving. What we gonna do? Cause we got you on camera. And it's enough to lock you up and take you to holding. We're gonna have you unlock your phone, put it in a box or bag that prevents you from closing your phone, from sending a signal to deactivate your phone. We're gonna unlock your phone, and when I say unlock, I don't mean just your screen. I mean we're gonna go through all. We're gonna have access to your deleted text, your text that you ain't sent, the text you sent, the calls you thought you deleted. We get all of that, and that's what we use to hang you with. Because guess what? Don't lie. Don't lie. You making my job harder. If I get you to confess on tape, and I know y'all saying, don't tell police nothing, get a lawyer. Okay, now your lawyer, now the prosecuting mad because now we really got to do. Be
Dang. So
honest.
do y'all
If you
taking text?
know,
Y'all taking messenger or just text messages? Like
we get everything. If we need it for a time period on you with texting and driving, you say you wasn't, and you thought your phone was you because your
I
phone
was
was
on
locked.
messenger. That's not
It,
texting though.
time stamp. We want the time stamp. Just like when you speeding and have a car accident and you say you tried to stop. Don't play with highway patrol. Them bloodhounds can look at your tire tread and the mark in the road and say, no, you was going 65 and you didn't stop till you hit them.
Mm,
They that good. So stop lying.
okay.
Stop lying out here in these streets.
All
Cause
right.
we
Well,
we
what's
know.
next?
We got the next one is we got amendment number 7, and it's citizenship required for voting and prohibition of ranked choice voting amendments. So that last one. So basically, the first one is self-explanatory. If you ain't a citizen, you can't vote. But again, remember what we said earlier. It's a win-win. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. So the way they was like, you know what? I also want this to pass, and this is saying that I want to restrict any type of ranking of candidates for particular office and require the person receive the greatest number of votes at the primary election as a party candidate for an office shall be the only candidate for the party at the general election. So basically, when you getting on the ballot, you got to be the only person going to the general election. That's how they tied this in there. So if you say yes to only citizens can vote, you also saying that if they don't win at their lower election, their name can't go on the ballot at the general election. So you got to be careful with this amendment, um, because it's one of those
I'm
twofers.
confused. Wait, what? Time out.
Yeah,
Break
that's how
back
they
it up.
get you.
So the first part is saying to allow people who don't have U.S. citizenship to vote.
They ain't
Yes or
going.
no?
Nope, nope. They don't get to vote. You have to be a citizen to vote. That's the first part.
Okay. Wait.
Wh-
That's still an option. We can allow that or not allow that.
Nope,
Or
is
that
this
what?
is a twofer. It's part of it. So somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose. So if you say that, hey, we voting that we only want citizens to decide the outcome of this country, you gonna say yes, because that's the only part you read. But you also now saying that what if I run for an office and I don't get enough votes? Currently, if I get at least a couple of votes, I can go on the ballot. And now you got to choose between 4 or 5 different people for this same position. This is saying that, hey, you got to have the greatest number of votes for each office at the general election to be declared the winner.
So they're saying you
Oh, yeah.
can basically in the general election, they're not going to allow you to split the votes anymore.
Yep. So I'm
So
gonna
it
read
can't
the
be multiple
paragraph.
candidates.
So it's saying that you got to be a citizen. So this is saying, but continuing on, you're going to restrict any type of ranking of candidates for a particular offer and require a person receiving the greatest number of votes at primary election as a party candidate for an office shall be the only candidate for the party at the general election. So, give you a case in point, your state representative for the same position, you may have 4 or 5 different people, and one person on there may have only gotten 1 or 2 votes at the primary. So, when they go over to the general election, well, they name on it now. Going forward, if you say yes, they name ain't gonna be on it next time because they didn't make it past the primary election. They didn't get enough votes to be primary. So that's what this
Okay.
is saying. So the underdog ain't gonna be on the ticket. Put it that way.
So where
So
you
be
stand on
careful.
that?
Shit, they got me on this one. They got me. However, I would love to say only citizens can vote. I love that part. Saying that the underdog don't got a chance at the general election, I don't like that part. So I don't know. Right now, I got to pray on this one, y'all. I got to pray on it because I don't know. I don't like that second part. I don't like that second part because that by the time from the time of primary election to general election, I could have learned some about this person. That person that made it to the general could have been at the Diddy party. Too soon? Too soon for it? Nope. Okay, good. He could have been at the Diddy party, and now this the only
So you
person on
gonna
the
not
ballot.
vote for somebody because they went to a Diddy party?
You know what I mean when I say go to the Diddy party. I ain't talking about the after party. I'm talking about the after party.
Right. So just because they went to a Diddy party, you gonna not
If
vote
it was
for them?
kids there, nope.
Oh, okay. So it depends on what happened at the Diddy
But you got
party.
to realize we don't find out about some of these politicians to after. We don't find out about some of their dirt till they get leaked.
Till they dead. Yeah, I'm undecided there too. I don't even understand it to even make a decision. So
I mean,
that's
go read
bullshit.
that
I call
amendment.
bullshit on Amendment 7.
I'm gonna agree. They got one off on us on that one. So you gonna lose. It's a lose. If you say citizens only, you gonna win, but you also gonna lose because now you saying only one person gonna be at that general election. And I'm gonna be
I
honest
don't
with you.
necessarily call that a loss. I'm more hung up on the citizen part, but now that I say it out loud, I'm really not anymore because for one, they talk about how much is that's our right and that's our privilege. So how we gonna allow somebody who's not a citizen to come over here and have any say so? Like,
And again, I'm gonna have to vote yes on it. I can't say why specifically because this is my opinion. I'm not linking my job to it, but people sacrifice to become citizens. People take tests. People endure hardships to become citizens of this great nation. Let's reward them by keeping that right because it is a right to vote. You lose that right when you become a felon. I mean, it's a right. Like driving is a right.
well,
You're not entitled
a
to it.
felon of specific crimes. And
Correct.
let's
I
try to not
so
to
wait.
give any bad information. I know that
Pause.
for sure.
Pause. I thought it was any felon. Once you are a
No,
convicted felon,
no. I believe after you've
because
been well,
misdemeanors are
okay,
good.
okay. Let's be very transparent. I may be wrong, but what I believe is if you have been out for 3 years, if you were a
Mm,
convicted felon, you've been out for 3 years and your crime was not a violent crime or one of theft or
Hmm.
bribery or
I know
something
where
like
you
that.
headed.
If it
I know where
wasn't
you headed.
specific crimes, they do allow you to get your vote right back.
You are correct. And if you qualify for any of those, I urge you to petition to get your record expunged, so you don't even have to carry the title of felon around, because now you have
I say
qualified
hold
for
that
certain.
shit, damn it. You a felon, motherfucker. Damn it. You better own that
You don't
shit.
need street cred at that point. By that time, you
No, it
civilized.
ain't
Take
street
that shit
cred.
off.
It's so I know what I'm dealing with. Damn it. I want to.
You
I
no.
mean, I'm
You think
sorry.
they
I
think
want
they
to know
do.
if I'm dealing with a felon or not. I'm sorry.
You ain't. If you can vote, you ain't a felon. You're a citizen. You're dealing with a citizen.
Okay, I get you. What we got what's anything next past
Proposition.
this
Propositions. Now
proposition
we
A
moving to the
or
stuff.
ones or what's this?
Now you know how they do. 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Them gonna be the biggest controversial. The other ones are propositions. I think the biggest one y'all gonna like is that proposition A. That's talking about your wage oversight and sick leave. Because I like the commercial they had out there. I heard on the radio because my Bluetooth didn't connect to my truck fast enough, so I had to hear a commercial. And it was talking about Proposition A. And this just says that January 1st, 2025, minimum wage is gonna be $13.75 an hour. Everybody like that. At a rate of 1.2 $1.25 to $15 per hour in 2027. So you want that $15 is gonna be happening in 2027. It's also saying that the law will require employees with 15 or more employees to provide 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours worked. So the biggest reason I'm gonna vote yes on this is because our kids, we got to use so much of our time to either go answer nurse calls, because now you can't go to school with a fever or a cough. They send your ass home till you come back with a COVID test. That is sick leave. And if I ain't got it and I've been working for you for a while and I just don't earn sick leave because you just ain't offering it, that's an injustice. I'm gonna vote yes on this proposition.
Mm. Okay,
I,
I mean, look,
I'm
I
gonna be
used to
honest though.
love when they made me go take a COVID test because every time they made me say we need everybody in the office to take a COVID test, I got
I
a
ain't talking
week
about
off
you.
of work. I
I ain't
loved
talking
it.
about you.
I
I'm
loved
talking
it.
about your dependent, a family member that you caring for. Gotta take off. Now you gotta take off work. They ain't paying you for that. Now they about to give you some sick leave.
You
What
gotta
I
have the right
don't
kind of
like about
jobs. All my jobs pay me not to go to work.
no, not you, a family member. You
I
don't
hear
count.
you.
You taking off because of a family member. You don't get
Right.
that. You ain't got to take a test. Your family member do. So now you off with them. You
Yeah,
got to
I
leave
used to
work
get
to take
paid
them.
still.
Oh, you got a good company. Yeah. Okay. Good for you. Most people don't, but I don't
Yeah.
like this. I'm being honest, and y'all gonna be mad at me. But again, remember what I told you about that person in the mirror to get mad at if you don't like my opinion. This that point. I don't want your minimum wage to be $15 an hour because my pay ain't going up. My pay not going
Mm.
up. So why your pay got to go up? Because now my groceries got to go up because you make more money, and you
Oh
probably
wow.
still qualify for food stamps. I said it. Now
Mm.
I can't. I want to say if you selling them, inbox me. But um, again, I don't want milk. Milk already high. Why? It's the same cow. So
It ain't the same cow. We killed that cow because we fed it grass and shit. It's grass
oh,
fed
let me
milk.
let me explain y'all this too, because some people was like, oh, my milking
All
cow is not
cows
this
eat
cow.
grass.
Nope. The cows we use for dairy is not the same cows we using to slaughter for the meat. So understand that.
Yeah, they got genetics and stuff now.
Exactly. So understand $15 an hour in 2027 means eggs, milk, cheese, all that basic stuff is going up. I'm already crying about gas prices. Now you wanna charge fit now McDonald's workers making $15 an hour, but because I'm above minimum wage, I ain't getting no extra money. Watch me go flip a burger as a part-time job.
All right, what's the next prop? I can't hear you no more.
Some of that other stuff is just based off. When y'all get to the ballot, read that stuff. Y'all either gonna care about it or y'all not. But we're gonna move to Proposition 1, and that's the local use of sales tax. And it says, "Shall the county of Wright?" Oh, this Wright County. Wright County want to give a local tax. So if you're in Wright County, this proposition pertains to you. I'm not in Wright County.
That's on 70 on the way to Columbia.
Yeah, so that pertain to them. They trying to impose a local tax rate to reduce or raise by voters so that they can for the same actions.
I'm
That one
letting you
don't.
know that's the area where your electoral college is. Just to let y'all know.
There we go. Let's see. Yep. See, most of that stuff. Oh, we got Proposition O. That look good. It's about terms of office, and it says that the Charter of St. Louis
Wait,
County.
wait, wait. Time
Yeah.
out. Time out. Time out. Go back one more. Restate what Proposition 1 was one more time.
Proposition 1 or county sales tax, and they got a lot of them on there. So the only one pertaining to you may be on there. Different
So that
counties
sales
got
tax
different
to go
propositions.
towards what?
This one that I'm looking at now, Proposition 1 for county sales tax, says that Reynolds County, they want to impose a county-wide sales tax of 3% on tangible personal property retail sales of adult use marijuana sold in Reynolds County. So read your
So,
Proposition 1
but I
because it
mean,
varies from
what are
county
the
to county.
proceeds going to? What are they using the proceeds, or they just
Uh,
taxing?
they just
Because
taxing, they
usually,
ain't telling you. Nope,
okay,
they ain't
so
not telling you. They
taxes
just
on
taxing.
weed.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
But
we
that's
we
in
gonna.
Reynolds County.
So this is
Every
no, no.
Proposition
I'm
1.
voting no on these.
You ain't getting that one. You unless you voting in Reynolds County. You ain't gonna get it on your ballot. I don't know which one
Well,
is yours. There's a bunch of them on here.
well, I'm still giving my opinion. Damn it, taxes no.
Let's find St. Louis County. Let me look. Let me see if y'all got one. All right. So from the top of the list, I'm gonna let you know. Wright County, Saline County, Madison County, Polk County, Callaway County, Webster County, Scott County, Andrew County, Springfield, Shannon County, Polk County, St. Louis County got one. Jefferson County, St. Louis City got a Proposition B. But yeah, as far as Proposition 1, St. Louis City, St. Louis County, y'all ain't got one. Y'all got a Proposition O or zero. They look like an O to me. I'm going to go with O. Proposition O, like office. Terms of office. They saying St. Louis County, that if you call St. Louis County your home, they saying that the county council, the county executive, and the prosecuting attorney and the assessor on the first Tuesday in January of said election, they getting a set term, and they ain't telling you which one they doing. But they want to put a term on how long they can hold that office. But they ain't telling you how long. They talking about it's in Exhibit A of Ordinance number 29,091. But they just,
Okay,
I guess they saying people sitting in office too long, they won't get them out. So
okay.
if
Need
you in
some
the St.
fresh
Louis
meat.
County, hey, uh oh, here we go. Proposition S for St. Louis. This is fee for occupation of short-term rental rooms per night. The St. Louis, the city of St. Louis want to impose a 3% of the nightly rate on short-term rentals to be paid quarterly by short-term rental operators by both the occupied and the non-occupied rental properties, with at least 50% of the proceeds to go to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund and the remaining going to the Affordable Housing Initiative, such as relocation assistance or council eviction defense provided by the Department of Human Services to prevent homelessness and promote and advance affordable housing. So a lot of people be asking, well, how they gonna pay for something that they be like more houses for the homeless? How they gonna pay for it? That's this right here. That's how they gonna pay for that. So if you doing a short term rental, you it's gonna go up 3%.
That's all them Airbnb owners who charge them stupid ass fees for no damn reason. Yes.
Careful, we
Fuck
we charge
yes.
that 'cause we know. I'm split. I love where the money going to. As a future Airbnb rental host, I don't like an extra 3% because now I'm gonna go up 3%.
No, see, you gonna lose y'all on your rental. Better stop. Better kick off that damn cleaning fee and stop playing with me.
You gonna clean it?
Now, to see the thing is,
Okay, there we go.
cleaning fees should only be charged if any case. Like I get for one, I got charged a cleaning fee for somebody who was there before me. So
How that
that don't
happen?
make no. Yeah, it was in the contract. Like that shit was ignorant. I'm like, this don't make no sense.
Okay, I
All
get
right,
that one.
what's the next
That
prop?
was a bad one. We powering through them. Let's see what the Department of Transportation wants. They are Okay. I like Proposition T. It's saying that the charter of the city of St. Louis be amended to change that the Department of Streets into a Department of Transportation with the authority and duty to maintain and repair public streets, sidewalks, alley bridges, street lights, traffic lights, to perform waste removal service, and to plan, engineer, and design city transportation projects and transportation program related to safe travel for all modes of transportation. Basically, you know how we had a city has like city refuge, city this, city that. They just want to combine and become just the Department of Transportation, which means you're gonna get a little bit more money in that fund. Now, does that mean we're gonna get better services? I don't know, but I'm all for consolidating, not having. I don't
Well,
know.
it sounded like that they was talking about maintaining sidewalks and streets
They
and
always say that, but
different stuff,
again,
but shit.
they
Because if
say
one
it. Is it gonna
department is
happen?
doing it better than the other department, then shit, combine them
I,
departments.
I mean, the Department of Transportation. Does that mean that as long as nobody gonna lose their job, and they not saying that, as long as nobody lose their job with this merger, I'm good for it. If they just changing names and changing some funding and an account codes, I'm good for it. It don't say it on there, so I'm a little leery, but I'm gonna go with yes because I like the sound of it. I like the sound of it becoming a department instead of the city. But does that mean my bill gonna go up? Because I pay for trash, water, trash service. I don't know. I pay the city for trash. How that's gonna work? Is it gonna be privatized? Ooh, these questions y'all don't be asking, but y'all vote on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I like this one, y'all. Proposition V. V for vacant. In order to make the city of St. Louis more effective in enforcement of laws pertaining to vacant and deteriorating property, you know that abandoned house next to you. The city of St.
Hmm.
Louis charter be amended to add an exception to the $500 maximum fine for ordinance related to vacant and non-owner occupied deteriorated properties.
Yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If it's getting rid of abandoned buildings? Yes,
Well, it's saying that
yes,
I own a
yes.
property that I'm not maintaining because I don't live there. They gonna charge me more than just the $500. I'm still saying yes
Hell
on
yes,
Proposition B, people. Let's go and
yes.
do it.
We need that.
And that
Yes.
and that's it. That's all your propositions. That's your amendments. You know who you want to vote for, because hopefully, when you went to their state representatives and your Senate and your Congress and your president and your vice president, you did your research. I hope you know
Mm,
what
I
candidate
did
and
not.
why.
I don't know what candidates are running. Do you have an idea of what
I
candidates
do,
we
but
have to vote for in
I ain't
Missouri?
got I ain't got none no background on them. I can't tell you if they good or bad, but I give you the
Can we
rundown.
can we give a list? Yeah, just give me a list of who's
Here we
running for
go.
what.
Starting at the top, head of the state. We talking about the president of the United States. For your
Well, no, no,
liberals, you
no,
have
no. Let's talk about Missouri.
okay, because they got four people on the ballot, just not Trump and Harris. Understand that.
Okay, okay, never mind. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead, go
All
ahead, go
right.
ahead.
For the president of the United States, you have liberal Chase R. Oliver. For Republican, Donald J. Trump. For your Green Party, Jill Stein. For your Democrat, Kamala Harris. Kamala D. Harris. I said everybody middle name. Let me give her respect. Kamala D. Harris. For the governor, you got Bill Slants. He's a liberal. Your Democrat, you have Crystal Quaid or Quade. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. For Republican, Mike Kehoe. Go with Kehoe. And for your Green Party, Paul Lehman. For your vice president, you have James J.D. David Vance. He's your Republican candidate. For your liberal candidate, you have Mike Mott. For your Green Party, Rudolph Butch Ware. For your Democrat, Tim Walz. For your lieutenant governor, that's the person that if anything happens to the governor, they step in. You got candidate for the Green Party, Daniel Ellington. Now, let me remind y'all, because most people think if you vote Republican, you got to stay that way. You don't. So if you want a Democrat and a Republican, you can vote that way. So if you want your lieutenant governor not to be the same party as you because you like the person, by all means, vote for the person you like. Vote for what they stand for, not just the party they represent. But for the Green Party, you got Danielle Elliott, Republican, Dave Wassinger, liberal Ken Iverson. And I'm gonna tell you right now, for the basketball fans, they may just vote for Iverson just because of his name. For the Democrat, Richard Brown. Again, it's that simple
That's
stuff.
some shit I would have did when I was like in my 20s.
Yeah,
Soldiers been like
and if I was
Iverson.
30,
Wow, you lucky today, nigga.
and if I was 36, and just because his name end in Brown and mine does too, I'm voting for Brown. And
I
by the way,
don't know. That's all
I'm
you get.
36, and we got the same last name, and he got to be great.
Yeah.
Missouri Secretary of State, please understand that they responsible for maintaining state records. So if you can't find the birth certificate or something, blame your Secretary of State. But for the Democrat, you got Barbara Pfeiffer, and because she close to the Pfizer drug, she might get it. For liberal, Carl Herman Freeze. Oh, that's a football player, so might get that one. Or is it baseball? I think it's baseball. I think he was a baseball player. Freeze, won that baseball Cardinals.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's a sport. Republican, Denny Hoskins. For the Green, Jerome Boyer, like Eddie Bauer. Then you go your state attorney generals.
So wait,
People.
John Ashcroft ain't on the list no more. John Ashcroft is out the office.
He's out the office.
Okay.
People, understand your state attorney general is the person you most mad at when it comes to getting convictions. So understand, picking this candidate is crucial for how our state does prosecutions. For Republican, you got Andrew Bailey. Damn, he named after liquor. For Democrat, you got Elad Gross. For Liberal, Ryan Monroe. Bailey got the last name of Bailey. State Treasurer. This is your chief financial officer for the state that tracks state budgets, manages investments, receives and deposits money for the state. Receive and deposit money. This the person that hold the money for the state, y'all. Be careful with this. You hear embezzlement all the time. This that office. For liberals, you got John A. Hartwick Jr., Democrat Mark Osmek, Green Party Regan Haas, Republican Vivek Malik. Vivek Malik or Malek. I don't know. You got a weird name. For your senators for the state of Missouri, you got Jared Young. He's what is B? I don't even know what B is. We got Josh Hawley. He running again on the Republican card. Lucas Kuntz, he's Democrat. Nathan Klein is the Green Party. And W.C. Young for the Liberal Party. I'm
I
interested.
like
What is
that
B?
that W.C. Young. I like that name.
It's two Youngs on there. I'm trying to figure out. And if you go on there, they on there. Oh, he got a law degree from Harvard, y'all. This that B party, Jared Young. I had to click on it. I'm trying to figure out what B stand for. Uh um. Oh, you know what? You might like this guy. I tell y'all what. Go if you type in and you type in because the website I went to was Missouri General Election. Who's on the ballot? Click on these candidates for Senate. That Jared Young, that B party, he got some mixed views. So click on that. Do y'all research. Y'all still got time before y'all vote in the morning. Do your research. Click on their name. Get a picture of their face. Maybe you good at reading people's faces. Click their names before you make a choice. But for your representative in the District 1, you got Andrew Jones, Republican. Blake Ashby for the B Party. I don't know what B is. Somebody need to tell me. Don Fitz for the Green Party. Rochelle A. Riggins, Liberal. Wesley Bell, Democrat. That sounds familiar.
Hmm.
Wesley Bell. U.S. Representative District 2. Ann Wagner, Republican. Brandon Doherty. Doherty. Yep. Liberal. Ray Hartman, Democrat. I like the name Ray. Shelley Davis, Green Party. Shelby, I'm sorry, Shelby, like this.
It's
Shelby
called the
GT.
is B is the better party.
Ain't that some crap? Well, now I got a second reason to vote for Mr. Young. He in the better party. For District 3, U.S. Representative, Bethany Mann for Democrat. Oh, like Tamala Man and David Man. Spelled the same way, y'all. Republican, you got Bob Onder. I feel like he already in there. For Liberal, Jordan Roden. And for the Green Party, William Bill Hastings. That sounds familiar. U.S. U.S. Representative, Congressional District 4. You only got three on this one. Jeanette Cass, Democrat. Mark Alford, Republican. Thomas Holbrook, Liberal. District 5. You got Democrat Emmanuel Cleaver II. The Green Party, Michael Day. Okay. Republican, Sean E. Smith. Yes. For Liberal, William Bill Truman Wayne. Damn. Okay. District 6, Liberal, Edward Andy A. Maidment. Green, Mike Deal. D for Democrat, Pam May. Republican, Sam Graves. You know, y'all names. Whew. District 7, you got Eric W. Burleson for Republican, Kevin Craig for Liberal, and Missy Hesketh for Democrat. For the Congressional District 8 for U.S. Representative, you got Jake Dawson, Liberal, Jason Smith, Republican, and Randy McCallan for Democrat. Now these your senators. Understand these the ones going to Capitol Hill fighting against the Congress because we can't never agree on nothing. For Democrat, you only got 2 for District 1. Democrat is Doug Beck, Republican Robert J. Crump. State Senator for District 3, you got Doug Halbert is Democrat. Mike Henderson is Republican. District 5, Robert Roman for Republican, and Steve Roberts for Democrat. District 7, Joy LaSalle for Republican, and Patty Lewis for Democrat. District 9, Barbara Ann Washington is a Democrat, and Darren Black is Republican. His last name Black. District 11, you got Joe Nicola for Republican and Robert Sauls for Democrat. District 13, Democrat, you got Angela Walton Mosley. She the only one running, so that's what they say. She running on the poll, so she look like she got it. We know who got District
Yes, she
13.
got it. Unless you want to jump in there.
You know, I need to look at their salary again. But for District 15, Republican, David Gregory. Liberal, Jeff Coleman. Democrat, Joe Pareles. District 17, Jerry Notte for Republican. Maggie Nurbin. She's Democrat. District 19, James Cone, Republican. Democrat is Stephen Weber. Weber. Not Weber like Chevrolet, but Weber. District 21, Jim Bates, Democrat. Republican Curtis Gregory. District 23 is Adam Schnelting, Republican. Democrat Matt Williams. Adam, your name too hard to pronounce.
It sounded like it hurt.
It did a little. District 25, Democrat Chuck Banks, Republican Jason Bean. District 27, got another one running unopposed for state senator, Republican Jamie Berger. You were running unopposed. We assume you're going to win. District 29, you got Mike Moon for Republican and Ron Mooning for Democrat. That is funny. One is Moon, one is Mooning. District 31, you got Raymond L. James for Democrat and Rick Brayton, Brattin, Brayton for Republican. District 33, guess what, Mr. Brad Hudson of Republican Party? You are running unopposed. Congratulations. We got that's 3 Republicans running unopposed. This is the lower chamber, District 1, Jeff Fornan, unopposed Republican. District 2 for the state rep, unopposed, Mazzy Christensen, Republican. State that was the senator. Hold on, I'm scrolling because the rep. Yep, you know what? I'm reading this right. I was trying to figure out. I really missed an opportunity here. Because let's go. District 1, unopposed, Jeff Fornan, Republican. District 2, unopposed, Mazzy Christensen, Republican. District 3, unopposed, Danny Buznik, Republican.
Was you going
Come on,
over to
1, 2, and 3.
the House now? This in the
No,
House
this
or this
state
still Senate?
representative, state rep.
State?
No, this state rep.
Oh, okay.
These the districts 1, 2, and 3, unopposed. 1, 2, and 3 districts unopposed. Make it easy. State Representative District 4, Greg Sharp, Republican. Melissa Joe Valoria, Democrat. At least District 4 put up 2 people. District 5, what happened? Lewis Riggs, unopposed, Republican. District 6, Ed Lewis, Republican. John Atkins, Democrat. District 7, Peggy McGaw, Republican. Democrat is Terrence Fiala. District 8, Josh Hurlbert, Herbert, like Herbert Field. Nope, Herbert. Republican. Sandy Van Wagner for Democrat. District 9, guess what? Unopposed. Dean A. Van Shoziak. Van Shoziak, one word. But guess what? Unopposed, so it really don't matter. One bubble. State Representative number 2 for District 10. Andrew Gibson is a Democrat. Bill Faulkner is a Republican. District 11 decided to go unopposed too and go with Brenda Shields for Republican. District 12, Jamie J. Johnson, JJJ, J3, Democrat. Mike Jones, Republican. Dang, he got a good name right there. Who? Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
District 13, Andrea Denning for Democrat. Sean Pouche. Let's go with Pouche, like Bobby Boucher, but with a P. Pouche, Republican.
Pusey.
Pouche. District 14, Ashley Aune, Democrat. It might be On. It's Aune. Aune. Sounds fancier. Aune. Republican, Frank Pendleton. You got a
Sounds
strong black
African.
Pendleton. It sounds actually like European, like London. Pendleton. Sounds like a university.
No, I'm talking about the other dude. On
Oh yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
Aune. Yeah.
he sounds African.
Okay. State number 16. We got Chris Brown from Republican. You might get it. Gloria Young for Democrat. District 17 is Bill Allen, Republican. Shirley Mata for Democrat. Oh, finally, District 18 running unopposed is Eric Woods, Democrat. We got one if you're Democratic. State Representative 19, you got Karen Spalding for Republican. She got the same name as the basketball and other sports balls. Okay, it's too late. It's out there. And Nicholas Wick Thomas is Democrat. Boy, you good because you know everybody loves John Wick. You might get it just because your call sign is Wick.
Say
And we
it.
ain't talking about
John's my daddy.
For
If he
District
did
20,
any
we
kind
got
of
man.
run, any kind of campaign with a John Wick sign, he got it.
That he got it. He got it. Had John in the background. This is John and I'm Wick. That I'd have capitalized on that one. District 20, Clarence Franklin Jr., Democrat. Mike Steinmeier, Republican. District 21. I'm gonna catch y'all right now because at first glance, you see marijuana. The name is Marwane or Marjane or Margin. I don't know. But I saw marijuana and they instantly were like, check. Be careful, read. But the last name is
Be
Bredenbach.
careful, weed.
Bredenbach. All I saw was Marijuana. So I saw marijuana. Republican. Merwin Richbach is Republican. Will Joby is Democrat. District
No wonder
22.
they want to vote on the citizenships. Who's all these foreigners?
I ain't done yet. Maria Berrigan is Republican for District 22. And Yolanda Young is Democrat.
Wow. That's a man. There's a lot of candidates. That's like, whew. I'm
So
not gonna
then
be in there
District
all
20,
day.
man, yeah. This is when, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this is when most people just go straight they party. This is why we get what we get, because you go straight, yo, I'm a Democrat, I'm voting Democrat all the way through. Sometimes they don't have your best interest. Look at what they standing for. Go out here, do your research. I'm not doing the research. I might do it later, but I'm just saying. District 23, Daniel P. Contreras, Republican. Michael L. Johnson, Democrat. Michael Johnson, there it is. Claudia S. Tuman, she District 24 for Republican, and Emily Weber for Democrat. And yes, that is spelled the same way as Weber Chevrolet. I don't know if it's any relation. District 25, Patty Mansour, Democrat, and Steve Bright, Republican. Ooh, boy, we got a lot. Y'all got a lot. Yeah, I ain't even nowhere near done. They need all
Yes.
of them. You need
Oh
all
man.
these?
No.
No,
Look, we'll give
look
y'all the
here.
link.
Look
Shit.
here. Go do
Damn
your
it.
research. Click they names, they hyperlinks. They gonna take you to their page and what they had to say about themselves. It might have been a publicist, but they approved it. So if you don't agree with them when you click their name, like let's look at District 30, Kevin Grover. He Democrat. I just clicked on him. He got jeans, tucked in shirt, and a blazer. And um, he was a high school science teacher and coach. He says every person should have the autonomy to make their decisions about their body and their life. That's that abortion and contraceptive. You can click on what they stand for, everything. And what he said, because y'all care about money, y'all care about abortions and money. And he said, as your state rep, I'll fight for those who truly build up our economy, our workers, for the wages, benefits, and protection they deserve. Sound like he is
Mm.
going, he good for that. So again, click
You
these
know
hype
why I'm
links.
against minimum wage increase? Because
My end.
I go to Burger King and Applebee's or any place, and the service of these little ignorant motherfuckers, it don't deserve no more than the $10 or whatever
Shout
the
out
fuck.
to South Dakota fast food industry. Y'all customer
Man,
service has been amazing. I have not once had an issue with your customer service. So if y'all ask for higher wages, everybody need to get it. But I'm all for it for y'all. But Missouri, I was at White Castle. I had to ask for napkins, and she act like I took them out her house. So
like damn it,
I,
you can't get
I,
napkins with the food.
there's gonna be
That's
napkin
not
because
standard.
my bread
Like
wasn't like it wasn't a
damn,
perfect thing. It was sliding down. Like I had to kind of
yeah,
put it back
no,
together.
y'all not getting
Like,
no more money. But
and
since
then
we
you
on the
gonna check me?
issues, let's talk about the what the candidates are saying. We got abortion. Well, we talked about the abortion already.
Yep.
Healthcare, the climate, gun violence, the economy, the border, policing, Israel and Gaza, Ukraine and taxes. So, what they got to say? Healthcare. Trump says we're going to make ACA much better, American Healthcare Act, I guess, much better
Yep.
than it is right now and much less expensive for you. Trump said regarding the Affordable Healthcare Act. Harris says there are many factors that drive up healthcare costs and make medications more expensive. At the White House, we hold accountable those who try to profit ahead of health and well-being of the American people. Um, I guess some people have different feelings on that. I'm not complaining about healthcare costs really. My shit like
I want to know
$30
how
a
they
month.
where they stand on guns. Trump is pro gun, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, fundamental
Well, she
freedoms.
says that Trump is gonna take away the guns.
He got here. He stands on the right to keep and bear arms.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got climate. Uh Harris says every day, all across our nation, we feel and see the impact of the climate crisis. In Baltimore, Maryland, most people can no longer deny it because it's so
Hold on,
obvious. I don't know about this. Um,
hold on, because he hunt. Now,
who?
gun laws and gun control are two different issues.
Oh yeah. Well, for climate, Trump says you can sort of get away from fossil fuels at this moment. I mean, someday you might be able to, but no, you can't get away from fossil fuels at this moment. Someday you might be able to, but I hear anywhere from 100 to 500 years left. So he's saying that fossil fuels have about 500 more years of usage. I don't even think the Earth got that long to live, but that's what he says.
Well, I mean, they trying to push for this whole electrical vehicle, but my biggest fear is what about an EMP? It's gonna take out all electrical vehicles. Now we all gonna be walking.
And not me. I'm keeping my gas. Fuck you.
Exactly. I'm keeping my gas. I mean, most of these cars got so much electronics in it, they ain't gonna work anyway because it ain't gonna
Right,
start.
right.
But
The
still,
computers in them.
at least I know if I can find me a good mechanic and find me an old school that still got a carburetor, I got gas. We got gas, and it's always gonna be somebody that know how to refine some oil. So y'all better watch
Yeah,
that
I
Fear the
mean they
Walking
got
Dead.
the dude in Africa who made a car run off of vegetable oil. So
Yeah,
what the
now
fuck we
that's
talking about?
really shit. I you know what? I stopped cooking my chicken in vegetable oil because I found out other oil burn better. So he might need to try canola. Tell him to go play with canola oil. See what he can make work with that. That burn better.
All right. Well, for what we on now, I think this is guns here. So Trump says Every single Biden attack on gun owners and manufacturers will be terminated my
Yep.
very first
Pro
week
gun.
back in office. So
Pro
he
gun.
says guns, guns, guns.
Yep.
Harris says solutions do not exist. It's a false choice to suggest you either have to choose between supporting the Second Amendment or passing reasonable gun safety laws.
So basically, she said she don't know what to do. My opinion.
Exactly.
My
I don't
opinion,
like
y'all.
that. I
She
don't
didn't
like
answer
this.
the question. That's like when you ask somebody to do something and they don't tell you that they can do it. Can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah.
Well, you know, a favor is
Yeah.
no. Yes or no, mother sucker. She ain't answer. She ain't answer, y'all. If you love your gun, she ain't answer.
Yeah. Not
She
taking my
questionable.
guns.
And
What
again,
we
y'all,
on now?
presidents don't pass, they don't create laws. They influence. So be mindful. She will influence. He will influence Congress to
Mm.
do such and such and such stuff. Senate to do such and such and such
Look,
stuff. Supreme Court to do such and such and such and such. But they don't create them. So just be
try
clear
it
that.
all you
Now,
want. You ain't taking my guns.
and she don't support the buyback system no more. What if I wanted to unload a hot gun and now I can't unload it without getting a felony? No, can't do it. But okay, there are solutions. It
Heck
exists. You just don't want to be aggressive about
no. We're not
it.
going on to the. We don't know who we are
Let's
not.
hit
We don't know the statutes of limitations on that. But the economy. What we at? Yeah, the economy.
yeah, do the
Harris.
economy.
I will take on big corporations that engage in illegal price gouging. I will take on corporate landlords that unfairly raise rents on working families.
How?
Uh,
How you gonna do that? What you gonna do? Because now they gonna fire their associates, their employees. Now people ain't
mm,
gonna rent. They ain't gonna rent to the people that can
that's what
afford it. They
it's
gonna rent
gonna
to the
be.
people that can't. So what you
That's
gonna
what it's
do? So
gonna
now
be.
you think you done made something better, but you really didn't. You're not replacing these big companies with legal companies. You lose money. Let's just be honest. If we shooting straight from the hip, they lose money playing legal. So they gonna do some
So,
illegal stuff.
well, let me get this out. Trump on the economy says, drill, baby, drill. Trump said, and blah, blah, blah. We will have to bring prices down if we bring energy down. Other things are going to follow. Okay.
That's facts. Bring that electric bill down. Now that's something they ain't got to pay for. I like the solar panels.
Okay.
Make them get solar. Make them install solar on their building.
So you think that what she's proposing for the rents is going to mess up the renting economy
I'm a
or the
landlord.
renting
If you
industry?
tell me that I can't charge market rate because a certain clientele can't afford it, the more so if somebody can afford their rent, they're not gonna tear your house up. 9 times out of 10, you got a better chance of having a house ready to turnkey if you charging more because you're gonna get a different clientele. If I'm
Right.
charging you $500 for a 3 bedroom house, I'm probably gonna come back in there and have to do a complete rehab. Let's be honest. That's what's wrong with
Hmm.
Section 8. Some of these HUD properties are towed the hell up. So I'm
Yeah.
not for that. I'm not for that. Don't tell me what to do with my
Okay.
private property unless you about to tell me I ain't got to pay taxes on it no more because I'm renting
Then you like it.
out.
All right, what we on now? The border. All right. Trump
Oh
says
Lord,
I'll shift
close
massive
it.
portions of the existing federal law enforcement apparatus to immigration enforcement. Trump said on June 24th, we must use any and all resources necessary to stop the incredible invasion. Harris says, I was attorney general for a border state. I went after the transgressional gangs, the drug cartels, and the human traffickers. Harris said on August 10th, I prosecuted them in case after case and I won. So I know what I'm talking about.
You ain't answered the question again.
I again, yeah. I'm
She ain't
confused.
answered the question. We asked you what you think about border. I prosecuted when I was in. You going for president? What are you gonna do about the border? I'm a prosecutor. You can't. You ain't. That ain't your job no more. Ain't answer the question, y'all. Wake up.
And just so you guys, just so we transparent always, this is from usatoday.com. This is the climate. This is the voters guide for 2024 on USA. today.com.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, my opinion. It ain't about closing the border. That's not the problem. Create a program that incorporates them into it. Give them a guide map to citizenship. This is a country built on different cultures. It is the melting pot of the
But
world.
why I have to disagree there is one way or the other. We have to admit there are people that do not cross these borders during the proper process.
Correct. We make it hard to cross. We
No,
make it
no,
hard to cross.
no, no, no. Let's just be real. Because like for real, how do I know about this gate in California that you can just walk behind to get into Mexico? How do I know about it? You see what I'm saying? Like there are people who
We
use
do.
that type of shit out of the well means.
So
So
I'm gonna say
like
this. That's because some nations cannot cross at the border. When people come to America, they are seeking help. They're seeking better.
not
And
all the
some
time.
countries, not all the time, but some
Sometimes they come
countries
over here do some shit and go back.
get them, get them. But I'm talking about the ones that are running. And if they try to come through the border, 9 times out of 10, something bad is going to happen to them, whether before or after they get here, to either them or their family members. It is a lose lose, but we got to find a way to win this because we can't just keep saying close the border or open the border or build a wall. That's not the solution. We got to find a solution. You
So can
you
America hold more people like that?
can America hold more what people like what?
Like just run to America for safety. Like that's every country's
I'm gonna
answer.
say no. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I haven't looked at our economy plan, but where we are heading now with the amount of individuals that are asking for handouts, the minimum wage being what it is, the people that don't want to work, they can work. We are not financially stable to be helping all these other motherfuckers when we can't even help our damn selves with the
That's
citizens
what
we
I'm
got now.
saying.
So
So we
I
gotta
I
like
say
closing the
we
border
need
is
to
kind of a
I say we gotta what grandma used to do. Hey, close that door. We about to clean house. Close the door, clean your house. Sweep under the
okay.
bed, sweep under the rug, sweep the attic, clean the chimney, clean house. People that don't want to play ball, they quick to say they gonna go to another country. Bye. Will you
All
be back? But
right.
you're gonna be back paying more taxes.
Well, you said you got till 7, right?
Yeah,
All right. We got 3 more topics to cover. Let's slide through those. Um, what did we just do? The border.
yeah. Some of that stuff
Okay.
we people don't actually care about that they should. But what about what about they got anything on the criminal justice, public safety?
Here it is. That's next. Policing.
Perfect, perfect.
Policing. Harris. Trust between law enforcement. Wait. All right. Thank you. Trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve is essential for public safety. Police misconduct undermines that trust and threatens the right to equal justice under law. Trump says, I'm also going to indemnify all police officers and law enforcement officials throughout the United States from being destroyed by radical left for taking strong actions on crime. Shit. If it don't sound
I
like
mean,
he calling them dogs on them people,
they already
that's what
doing it.
that
I tell
sound
y'all
like.
right now.
Shit.
I tell y'all this right now. They already doing that. If you have a crooked cop, you just got to report it. But we got to have evidence. Just like we got to have evidence to prosecute you, you got to have evidence to prosecute us. We wear the body cam. If it turn off, report that shit. Why your camera ain't on? Why you over here without your camera on? Nah, turn it on. You don't want to turn it on? Get your captain out here. Cause something ain't right.
Okay. Understood. How can a person identify if a cop if an officer does have their camera on or off? It's a
Degree, it
light.
should be. It's a light. Yeah, it's a light on the camera. It should be on a body cam. It should be lit up. Sometimes it flash. Sometimes it just on. Ask them. And people, when a cop tell you they don't have to tell you why they pulled you over or their name, ask for their supervisor. That's bullshit. The moment we pull you over, we should tell you why we pulled you over. Don't jump the gun and get smart. What you put me over? No, just hello. Or don't say shit. Hey, can you like that? Sure. You mind telling me why
Mm.
you pulled me over? And if they say I tell you when you get your license registration, can I get your supervisor, please? I feel unsafe at this point. Because you started the conversation off wrong. You escalated it when you didn't have to. Tell them why you pulled them over. If you don't know, you ain't had no business pulling them over. They ask you for your name by all means. Matter of fact, You was wrong based off what they talk about. You should have introduced yourself first. Hey, I'm such and such with such and such department. The reason I pulled you over today is because of this. Do you have your license and registration on you, please? Done. You can't even get mad at me. I was nice. You knew why I pulled you over to begin with. You just want to
Well, we
make
know
sure
the
I
way
know
it
what I was
should
doing.
go, and it don't always go that way.
Hold
But
their ass
we definitely know.
accountable. Hold their ass accountable.
All right, well, if we got Israel and Gaza, I don't know
Oh,
why we voting on this
yeah.
bullshit, but
But
whatever.
let's see how they
Trump
feel about it because I'm tired of
Trump says Iran was broke and they had no money for Hamas and they had no money for Hezbollah. Trump said of his 4 years in office, if I were president, Israel would have been never been attacked. Ooh, shit, he's throwing shots. Harris says
it.
now is the time to get a ceasefire deal and get the hostage deals done. Okay, so they kind of on the same page with that. It looks like
Okay, so
they
let me
like we
explain.
don't need to be
They
over
on the
there.
same page, however, they have different approaches. She want a ceasefire. That's you asking both people to stop shooting
Well,
at each other and come to the
right,
table and talk. He's saying, "Fuck them, send our allies some support and take them out." That's what he's taking a more direct approach. She's taking a
yeah.
softer approach. So it just
Well,
depends on what approach you
she
want to
can't
take.
go against what Biden did. She can't talk
Correct.
about that. She
So
has to
so
follow suit.
So the good part about it, if I'm correct, I'm gonna look it up before I give it. But I want to say international relations is the role of the vice president. Let me look it up. What is
Yes,
the
in some
role?
way. All right, while
Because
you
I want
doing
to say
that,
it is that.
I'll while you doing that, I'll touch on the next one. We got Ukraine. Russia's aggression is not only one attack on our lives and the freedom of the people of Ukraine. This is Harris. And it's also an attack on the international rules of norm and the principles embodied in the UN Charter. All right, Trump says, I'll meet with Putin. I'll meet with Zelensky. They both have weaknesses. They both have strength. And within 24 hours, that war be settled. That's one thing I do believe. Trump, even though him and Putin got a relationship that ain't really necessarily what it should be, he kept Putin in check.
Yep. And
He kept
he
Putin
kept
ass in
all the
check.
other countries in check. Let's be
He checked
honest.
everybody except for North
Everybody.
Korea. Except for
Okay, let's
North
be honest.
Korea.
You
Yeah.
North Korea, that one
but
child that you just can't mess with. It's just that motherfucker gonna do what he want to do. That just let him
but
run. Just let him
everybody
run.
else, Trump kept their ass in their place. You better sit the fuck down before we come over. Don't make me get out this chair. That's what he said every time somebody has something to say. All right, last one I think is taxes. Taxes. Shit. Trump says I brought taxes down, way, way, way down.
He did.
We'll do it again. That's what he says. All right.
You know he's simple. I love him because he's simple. He don't convolute nothing. Ain't nothing he ain't you ain't no misinterpretation on what he's saying.
All right. Kamala says we will pass a middle class tax cut that will benefit more than 100 million Americans.
Where
All
the
right.
money gonna come from? Cause we gotta pay people. Economy gonna cut you. And again, people understand. If you middle class today, do you plan to stay there just because you got a tax cut, or are you making moves to where you get to upper class, where you ain't worried about where your next check coming from, where you
That's
ain't
what I
where you not getting
understand.
checked.
Middle class is
So
out because middle class is like 60,000 to 140,000 now. So like a lot of people not even in middle class.
in there, right? So if that ain't you, what you worried for it for? Now I'm gonna say I'm middle class, but at the same time, I don't plan to stay there.
I hope
And
not.
you
I'm
ain't
moving
supposed.
up, damn it. Only up.
I mean, the Jeffersons told us to do that. So come on now, be mindful. Where you are today may not be where you are tomorrow. Or you gonna if you can get out in 4 years, is that really the best thing for you? Because you got to
Hmm.
realize it's a bank account. If I take from here to give to you, I gotta cover it over here somehow. How she gonna do it? I ain't heard it.
Mm.
I mean, he ain't told
Well,
us how he do it.
we do have some political positions that might jump in onto her. Kamala. Let's see here. She opposed affirmative action. She opposed California's ban on affirmative action. Capital punish. She opposed the death penalty. Criminal justice. She voted for the First Step Act. Drugs. She did not initially support legalization of recreational cannabis, but later moved to support it. Education has argued for treating habitual habit. Well, I don't even know what that word is. I'm sorry. Truancy. Oh,
All
habitual
habitual
and chronic
truancy.
truancy among children in elementary school as a crime committed by the parents of. Ooh, talk that shit. Okay, talk that shit, Kamala. It begins
Hmm.
at home. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you there. Gun control has constantly supported gun control and has received the F rating from the NRA.
Well,
Mm,
that's to be expected. That's because
yeah.
she's on gun control. So you're not getting an A. You're gonna get an F for fuck off.
Immigration has proposed the fight for strong border security. Okay, I can only support this. Um, internet privacy and net neutrality. Uh, one of nine senators. Harris is one of nine senators to sign a letter to the FCC that charged the FCC with failing to provide stakeholders with an opportunity to comment on tens of thousands of files. Man, get the fuck out of here. LGBTQ rights, I'm not even going to touch that. Sex workers, as district attorney, Harris opposed Prop K in San Francisco ballot measure to decriminalize sex work. So she is not about selling your body. Hold
She
on,
better
time
go to
out.
Vegas.
No, no. How you gonna sit here and say motherfuckers can't tell a woman what to do with their body, but you gonna tell a woman that she can't sell her body? No, no. You can't have both
Don't make
sides. You
sense.
got one
Don't
or
make
the
sense.
other. One or the motherfucking other. That's yeah. I hung. No, you lost me with that one. I was with you down this whole line. You
She was
lost me
doing
with
good.
that
What
one.
you was reading was
You,
doing good. She
she
was
was
doing
doing all
good.
right. She wasn't
She was
bad,
doing good. No.
but not that one.
See,
Fuck to the fuck no.
how you gonna tell me I can't go sell myself for $2 in a cheeseburger?
Man, double cheeseburgers. Fuck out of here, ho. But hey, LB, man, thanks for just coming in with this information, man.
Hey, we gonna have to do another segment on that death penalty. We're gonna have to talk about that one. Because
Okay, well, we
that's
can
right up there with criminal reform.
well, the thing is, I've been challenged with this political thing. So, and it's been more than one angle. Multiple people have hit me with this. So, I do believe I can give a good attempt to be consistent on this political tip and kind of you know what I'm saying, because after the election a lot of people don't give a fuck about voting and shit, so a lot of things be happening that we can really control, that we give up
In the
our
middle.
power on,
Yep,
right?
in the middle.
So
They don't
I'm
go to
think
them smaller elections. You don't go to your alderman who then become your representative, who then become your senator, who become your president. If you groom them
right.
when they are young politicians, older persons, then they become greater politicians. You got to groom
Mm,
them. We got to get them when they're young, which means you got to vote for them when they're young. You got to make them advertise, campaign like they do at the presidential election. Make them all the people work. Make them city council people work. Make them board of education members work for your vote. But I
all
appreciate
right.
it.
Well, we're
We
gonna
we
come
will
back.
have to
We're
do
gonna
this
try to
again.
back up tomorrow if we got some results, or
We
but
probably ain't gonna
we'll
get them
definitely
results
come
till
back and
Wednesday.
we'll see how this thing
My
rolls out.
prediction: if Trump don't win, he gonna demand a recount.
Oh, that's absolute. Yeah,
So
that's
we'll
come
be
on.
back on Wednesday with
Okay,
the final
well,
results.
actually, no, we'll have to be. I got rehearsals on Wednesday, so we'll be back.
We be
I can
back.
say
We be back. We
that.
gonna be back to talk about them results and how them propositions went in them amendments. Because I'm interested
Yeah,
to see how y'all do, how y'all treat y'all state. So again, I'm
yeah.
LB. I appreciate you, Doc.
Yes, Doc Dillinger. We out. See y'all later.
Take it easy.